Yo, what up, though? So the Minnesota Vikings travel to play the 0-3 Carolina Panthers, man. Both teams are 0-3. And the Minnesota Vikings will be playing against former wide receiver Adam Thielen. Thielen went crazy last weekend. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Last weekend, that boy Thielen was in his bag. He caught 11 passes from 145. But the good news for the Minnesota Vikings is Bryce Young will probably play and Andy Dalton will be on the bench. Andy Dalton last week threw the ball for 361 passing yards against the Seattle Seahawks, man. He was looking like Andy Dalton back in the day with Cincinnati. But Bryce Young is going to play for the Carolina Panthers. And when Bryce Young is under center, that's a way totally different offense. Bryce Young had yet to throw for 200 passing yards in the NFL, man. So if Andy Dalton was playing against the Minnesota Vikings, I would say the Vikings will probably lose that game Sunday. But since we playing against a rookie quarterback, will the Minnesota Vikings defense make him look like a rookie, or will Bryce Young light the Minnesota Vikings secondary up? I don't think Bryce Young do that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got Minnesota winning this football game just because they are playing against a rookie quarterback, and Bryce Young haven't been looking that good in the NFL, honestly. Andy Dalton, he scared me. But Bryce Young do not scare me, man. Both teams are 0-3 and desperate for a W. I think Minnesota might be a little bit more desperate than Carolina. I got Minnesota winning this football game, man. Minnesota still have to fix some things on offense and defense, man. The offensive line played a little better last week, but we played against the worst defense in the NFL. Like, Minnesota had to control the football. We had interception last week. We had fumbles. Once again, I talk about the same thing every week when I talk about the Minnesota Vikings playing against a different opponent, man. It's the same shit, different week. But I think Minnesota will get their first W of the year against the Carolina Panthers just because they are playing against Bryce Young, and he's a rookie quarterback who don't look that good right now in the NFL, man. Carolina Panthers probably traded up too early in the NFL draft. They should have waited this year to trade for a quarterback. But, hey, it is what it is at this point. But I got Minnesota coming out with a W against the Carolina Panthers, man. Bryce Young don't scare me. Andy Dalton, they got me nervous. But I got Minnesota coming away with the first W of the season on the road at Carolina. And Minnesota going to hold the former wide receiver Adam Thielen in check. Adam Thielen probably want Andy Dalton to play this week. But he ain't getting Andy. He get a Bryce Young this week, man. So the Minnesota Vikings will get the first W. SKOL Nation, we finally got a W. The winning streak begin.